Hey, so I got this guy. This is the Roxon 801S. They call it the Storm on their website. So I figured I'd do a little review of it. It is a spring-loaded multi-tool, which is nice. The spring's enclosed. It's also, I guess the other main feature is it's kind of like a full-size pair of scissors too. So it's kind of got both, best of both worlds. I know scissors are pretty important for a lot of people on their multi-tools. So you've got that. Other stuff, it's got a pair of wire cutters, but they aren't replaceable, which is an odd choice. They're just riveted in there. But yeah, I guess they have like the hard wire zone and the soft wire zone in there. What else? We've got a ruler, which a lot of people are really into. We've got a saw, locking. A lot of them use liner locks. The main reason I got this thing is the wine opener, which is tough to find on a multi-tool, I will say. But especially something with the little lever there, so that's nice. Underneath that, like I said, you got the saw, and then you have two-sided file, nothing on the bottom, pry bar slash screwdriver slash whatever. You have this window breaker, which just kind of screws in and out on there. Works its way out pretty easily. So I guess you want to put some thread locker on there. Main blade, nice. You can access it from the outside, but it's kind of small considering you have, this large amount of room there for a little blade. But anyway, it locks as well. Bottle opener, can opener. This thing, I always find it hard to get out. An awl with a hole sharpened. And then a strap cutter, which is sweet. I love when things have strap cutters, because, I mean, not only you're cutting straps, whatever, bracelets, you can get under there, carpet. Anyway, none of those lock. They just kind of, have a little detent lock there. But, I think, oh, and then you have this guy, which also locks. Screwdriver, and then it comes with this bit kit, which was, like, extremely oily. I tried to wash it off, but, geez, a bunch of goop on there. Tried to wash off all that oil, but it came in like a bag full of oil. Obviously, they don't want it to rust, but it's a little excessive. Anyway, you put this guy on there. It's got a little square cutout and a magnet. Fits on there, and then you can get your bits, put them in, also magnet. And works pretty good. I mean, I'm not going to complain about it. Takes normal bits if you want, 1/4 inch. Also takes, you can put Leatherman stuff in there if you want, if that's your cup of tea. Locking, which a lot of people are into. However, there is, play, and this will come in and out and stuff, so it's not super ideal, but it's there. They made the effort. I would have preferred like an actual bit driver, even if it's like a lot of people are scared to put even like a 4mm bit driver on there. I think 4mm bits are fine. They're pretty standard, and you're not really like torquing these things like crazy. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, overall it's well built in some ways and kind of cheap feeling in other ways. Like, I'm not a huge fan of like the scales and stuff. It's got like rivets in places that you really, I don't know, I guess you want to kind of avoid like as many rivets as possible that can be avoided is nice. Like if I want to, access these tools or change like how tight something is, I'm going to want to screw like they do it on here, right? Why not just add a little screw? I don't know. Weird design choices, but maybe I don't know, looking around, it seems as if this is maybe one of their earlier tools, because a lot of like the things I've noticed that are wrong, not wrong, but just not ideal with this, they've kind of improved on their other stuff. Like the blade on their new stuff, they have like an actual proper full-size blade. The rivets and stuff like that. Like I noticed on one of their other tools, they have screws on there. So the other major thing that I noticed, this thing's basically brand new, as you can see. I didn't even use it for anything. However, I used the scissors when I got them to open like a clamshell package, and you can see, maybe you can't see, I don't know, hopefully you can see, like the edge just kind of rolled over on the one side here. I mean, maybe it was just the burr on there and then kind of got crunched in there. You can hear, I don't know, not that it like affected anything crazy. Let's see, do some cut tests. Like, that cuts well, you know what I mean? Considering, like, that's some thick, this is thick veg tan leather, so that's nice. But yeah, I don't know, kind of gave me some second thoughts there on the longevity of the thing. The blade itself, it's sharp. It's not like amazingly sharp. I mean, compared to, you know, like that cuts like butter, obviously, razor blade. But this is okay too. I don't know. Let's compare it to some stuff. Let's, what do I got? Got a Swiss Army knife. Blade size, I mean, it's more substantial. It's thicker. Not sure what kind of steel they're using. I guess I'll look that up and put it on the screen. But let's see how this guy cuts. I mean, I have this pretty sharp, so I sharpen that. This is just from factory. I mean, you can sharpen it whatever. Alright, if you want some quick measurements, we got 309 grams. Pretty heavy. I've got the Leatherman Charge TI, this 254. Bit lighter. We've got a Swiss Army knife, 100 grams. So this thing's pretty hefty. I mean, in terms of size, we've got, holy cow, 1 5/8. Pretty long, almost 4 inches. Thickness, it's not that thick, 3/4 of an inch. About the same as the Leatherman in terms of thickness. Length, I think the Leatherman's a bit longer, but width, I mean, you can see quite a bit wider. So, I don't know, a bit big to hold in the pocket. But it does come with this sheath, which is pretty nice. You can put your belt through there either way. It's inside. You can put your bits in the back. It's good that it comes with this kind of stuff, because honestly, I don't know how else you would carry this unless you wanted a custom sheath anyway. So yeah, I don't know. Overall, do I suggest it? Maybe. If you like, basically if you want spring-loaded pliers, spring-loaded scissors, and a corkscrew, I think this is probably one of your only options. However, if the corkscrew isn't all that important to you, they do have other models with the big scissors. So I think some of those other models have updated some of the problems I had, like the rivets, and I've seen some of their newer stuff with like a bigger, beefier blade. So I don't know. I guess I would say probably give it a pass, unless you absolutely want the corkscrew and those other implements all in one thing and you don't mind carrying something quite heavy that kind of has to be in a holster of some kind, then yeah, take a look. And if you're not into the corkscrew, maybe give it a pass. Cool. Thanks.